you have to do, and take it in baby steps. Don't try to do the whole thing at once. Sit it down, look at it, break it down, rebuild it, put it back together, and then assign time frames to everything that you want to accomplish, and break it down in phases, and then... Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in the room. Good morning, Jenny. How are you? Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Double tap for me as you come in the room. Double tap. Share the stream out. Let somebody know I am here. I am live. Good morning, Miss Gloria. How are you? Good morning, good morning. All right, let's share this out. Let's do that. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, right? I believe it is. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Come on in. Double tap. Share the stream out. Share it out. Share it out. This is the one that I want. I'm doing well. Thank you so much. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Come on in. I see y'all coming in. I see you. I see you. Good morning, HM Lugs. How are you? Hello, Bob. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Lilia. How are you? All right, let's share this out. You're doing well? Great. I'm doing good. Doing good, doing good. I have no complaints. Hello, Larry. Welcome to the room. Good morning, everyone. All right, shared. All right. So as you come in, double tap, share the stream out. Let somebody know we're here, we're live, and we are ready to command our day. We are ready to command our day. Good morning, Eileen. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. All right, come on in. Double tap, share the stream out. Share the stream out. Share it out. Let's get those numbers up. We're almost there. All right, we're almost there. So we are on day 9 of our 21 days mindset reset. For those of you who are new here, we are on day 9. Come on in, double tap. We're almost there. Hello, Rosella. How are you? Octavio. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, everyone. Come on in, double tap. Share the stream out. Let somebody know I'm here. We are ready to command our day. Hello, nickname. How are you? Good morning, good morning. LLC Hayes, how are you? Good morning, everyone. All right, we're well over 100. Good morning. Welcome to my virtual space. I am Anika V. Brown, master life coach and mentor with a focus in productivity and mindset. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that follow button. I'm live here Mondays through Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We gather here, we get our mindset in the right place, and we set our intentions for a productive day. Yes, we do. We set our intentions for a productive day. All right, we're 165 deep. Welcome again. Hit that follow button so you'll get the notification whenever I go live. You'll get the notification whenever I go live. Great morning to you as well, Liz. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Okay, we're well over 200. So here's what we like to do. We like to get started with our gratitude check-in. So go ahead and drop in the comments some things that you're absolutely grateful for today. Go ahead and drop that in the comments. What are you grateful for today? Let me know. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be fancy, but we believe that if we're grateful, it keeps us in a mindset of abundance, which opens us up for more. So let me know. What are you grateful for? Grateful for life. Thank you, Devon. Thank you for putting that there. Grateful for the big 3. Awesome. If you're new here, the big 3 is life, health, and strength. All right. So if those are the things that you're grateful for, go ahead and drop in the comments the big 3. All right. Go ahead and drop in the comments the big 3. All righty. Hello, Jose. How are you? How you doing? So again, we're doing our gratitude check-in. We're 233 deep. Welcome, everyone. Hit that follow button. Go ahead and drop in the comments what you are grateful for today. Again, this exercise, this practice, this consistent practice helps to keep us in a mindset of abundance. All right, it's going so fast. Grateful for the big 3. Awesome. Grateful for all of it. Visiting my father's grave today. Praying comfort for you in celebration of his birthday. I'm praying comfort for you today, Miss Gloria, as you take that on. All right. Grateful for the grind. I love it. I love it. Grateful for waking up. Awesome. 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 Grateful. Hey, good morning, Global Chick Venture. Again, working. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Grateful for everything. I love it. Grateful for 6 PDS from my goal weight. Oh, 6 pounds. Oh, okay. It's a typo. 6 pounds for my goal weight. Awesome. Love that. Love that. Love that. One part of my total rebranding goal. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I put myself on a special diet, but like checking my weight, that's not been something that I have been doing because of, here's how I think about it. And that's okay if for those who do that, it's okay. But just for me, because I'm doing a lifestyle change, I don't want to get in the mindset of stepping on the scale. And then if it doesn't say what I want it to say, then that would derail my process or derail what I'm trying to do. So I do know that my body's changing. Like my clothes fit different, my jewelry, this thing can't stay on my hand anymore. So I know that the diet that I'm on is working. I know that. But I celebrate you today. 6 pounds. Awesome. I love that for you. Grateful for the big 3. Awesome. Praying for breakthrough. I'm praying with you, Global Chick Venture. I am praying with you. Hello, Javier. How are you? How you doing? Luca, you have a question? Yes, you can put your question there. Yes, a lifestyle change. So I'm changing like the whole menu in my house, and my kids are catching on. I just love it. So come next year, which we've been already practicing and including some new stuff in my cooking and the way that I cook, right? I still keep a bit of Jamaican flavor in it, but come next year, we want to do a lot of vegetables, right? So our main thing is just including more vegetables, cutting out rice. I don't really do rice a lot anymore, and that is a staple in a Jamaican diet, right? That is a staple. So I cut that out. So whenever I go to my mom's house, that is my cheat day, right? Because they cook everything Jamaican. So that would be my cheat day. But in my house, you'll find a lot of mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, all that stuff, right? A lot of bell peppers. So that's stuff that I'm including in my diet now. And I like it. I like the way that I feel. I really do. I don't do sugar. So I mainly drink water. If I drink juice, it's just enough juice to change the color of the water. That's all I do. Like, I'm not really a sugar person. I can't. If you give me something to drink, I guarantee I'm going to pour some of it out and put like a bottle of water in it because I don't really do sugar. I can't. If I do it, like I'll have a snack, but not all the time. But like drinking sugary drinks, I can't do that. Like it makes my stomach sick. So I drink a lot of water. I do. So I love this lifestyle shift that we've been exploring all of this year, really. And we're going to do it even more so in the new year. So it's a lifestyle change and not just a quick, let me do 30 days of this. I saw something on social media yesterday because, again, for me, I focus on whatever it is that I want to improve in my life. I guarantee you that my timeline is going to be filled with that. So I'm looking at like vegan meals, right? Because I want to know like what are the options available for us, things that I want to try. So this one health thing popped up and this lady was saying, here's how to lose 15 to 20 pounds in a week. I'm like, my nursing head kicks in. I'm like, that is not healthy. 15 to 20 pounds. I think she said a week or 2 weeks, but still, that is not healthy, right? You're going to mess up your equilibrium, your homeostasis. That is not healthy. And when you lose that 15 to 20 pounds in 2 weeks, then how do you maintain that when you do it so fast? I don't know. But I focus on lifestyle changes, right? Because whatever weight, based on my medical background, when you have a lot of weight, it's either your lifestyle that you're living, or it's a side effect of medication, or it could be genetics. And all three of these elements can be changed with lifestyle change, right? So if it's genetic, you can change your lifestyle and some changes will follow, right? If it's medication that's causing, because I do know that the side effect of some medication can be weight gain. Again, lifestyle change. All right. So lifestyle change will help with any of those areas. I'm not a fitness or a health coach. No, I'm not, but I am a nurse. So I do have some knowledge on that. So I focus on lifestyle changes instead of quick fix diets, right? Especially ones that you can't maintain. Because this lady's saying, oh, drink broth. And I think she said like drinking a protein shake for 2 meals or some mess like that. But that's a lot of weight in a short period of time. And that is really going to mess with you. It's going to mess you up. So focus on lifestyle changes. Because you know what you're eating that you're not supposed to be eating, right? You know. I haven't had fast food in a long time. I haven't. If I go to McDonald's and I get something, good morning, Uncle X Brand, how are you? I know I'm going to have a stomach ache because I don't really eat it like that. Nurses or doctors' right arm. Yes, indeed. That is true. I've had plenty of doctors that came to me and asked, hey, here are the complaints of this patient. Like, what do you think? Hey, Keisha, how are you? Hello. This wind outside, can y'all hear it? It's crazy. The wind outside is crazy. All right, let's keep it moving, because when the wind gets crazy like that in my area, like the power goes out. You can hear it. Yeah. When the wind gets crazy like that, my power, it just goes out. You hear it. Yeah. I don't know what's going on out there. Good morning. No, I don't hear the birds this morning. I think because the wind is acting so crazy, the birds are not out there. All right, let's keep it moving. Oh my goodness, we just went into a whole spill. So we've made a promise to ourselves that we're going to make bold moves this year, and we have been doing so. So let's reiterate that promise by typing in the comments, I am making bold moves this year. And because it is a promise, you're also going to type, I'm keeping the promise that I made to myself. All right, so I'm making bold moves this year. Wendy knocking down my garbage cans. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the wind is crazy out there. Yes, I'm making bold moves and I'm keeping the promise that I made to myself. Yes, making and keeping. I love that. I love it. Yes, we are indeed. And for those of you who are new here, you're probably saying, make bold moves. It's only like 2.5 weeks left in the year. You can absolutely make bold moves, even if your bold move is to make some decision. Hey, this thing right here, I'm not going to take this with me into the new year. That is a bold move within itself. I'm no longer going to do this in the new year. I'm no longer going to go to this place in the new year. That is a bold move within itself. It absolutely is. So I don't want you to get discouraged thinking, we're at the end of the year, I can't make any bold moves. Yes, you can. You can absolutely do it. Today, you can make a decision. You know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to go here anymore. I'm not going to eat this anymore, since we were talking about diet. Good morning, Fortitude. You can make a decision. And that, again, within itself is a bold move. So don't be discouraged that the whole year has passed by. You haven't done anything yet. You still have time to make bold moves. All right. You still do. So let's pray and then we'll get into the rest of the agenda. Let's do that. We're going to pray the 23rd Psalm really quickly and then we'll get into the rest of the agenda. I'm going to pray. You're going to type amen. Says that you agree with the prayer. So here we go. The Lord is our shepherd. We shall not want. He makes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside still waters. He restores our souls. He leads us in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we will fear no evil, for thou art with us. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort us. Thou preparest a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anointest our heads with oil, our cups run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen, amen, and amen. That is our prayer. Thank y'all for typing amen. Yes, indeed. Hello, Oral. How are you? Aurelia? I hope I said that right. Good morning, Tata Panda. How are you? Good morning. All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to move right into our affirmations. So let's elevate our mindset. Good morning, Lexi. Thank you so much for your email. Thank you. So let's move right into our affirmations. Let's do that. Good morning, Dragonfly Girl. That's a new photo. That must be a recent one from your trip. I like it. Good morning. I'm a winner. Good morning. Hello, Quantum24H. Hello, Patrick. All right. So here we go. Here we go. I'm going to read through the affirmations. You're going to repeat them to yourself, and then you're going to type in the comments. I agree with that. All right. Sunshine Times. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Took 10 minutes. Please, King, what's your name? Don't request to join the live. I don't accept co-host. It took me, sir, please do not request to join the live. I will not accept it. I can't even see the comments. Oh my God. Took 10 tries. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, it took you 10 tries. That's okay. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect at all. But I appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I'm going to read through the affirmations. You're going to repeat them to yourself, and then you're going to type in the comments. I agree with that. All right, so here we go. I'm capable. I am responsible. I am grateful. I am focused on growth. I control my attitude. I am authentically me everywhere I go. I am worthy of God's best for me. I am patient with myself. I am patient with others. I have compassion for myself, and I have compassion for others. I embrace positive thinking. I welcome abundance and prosperity into my life. I am courageous and I have peace. I forgive myself and I forgive others. My spirit is renewed. My mind is free. I have a success mindset. I have a clear vision. I am a discipline builder. I am accountable to my goals. I am innovative. I am influential. I am a winner. I am healed and whole. Today I choose peace. Today I choose joy. Today I choose faith. And today I choose to flourish. I give myself permission to be successful. I give myself permission to take up space. I give myself permission to live my dreams. I give myself permission to win. I am a visionary. I see beyond my present. I think beyond limitations. I create the future. Nothing is impossible for me. Absolutely nothing is impossible for me. I can have it, I can build it, I can become it, I can heal from it, right? I can write it, I can launch it. Nothing, absolutely nothing is impossible for me. And that is the mindset that I want you to stay in, all right? Hey, Lady Lux, how are you? Yes, choose joy today and every day. Absolutely, I love that. And nothing is impossible for me. That is the mindset that I want you to sit in. Nothing is impossible for me. It doesn't matter my background. It doesn't matter the life experiences that I've had so far. Nothing is impossible for me. I can have it. I can become it. I can build it. I can write it. Okay? I can own it. Nothing is impossible for me. All right, so that's how we're approaching this new year. Nothing is impossible for me. That financial status that I want, I can have it. That career that I want, I can have it. That business that I desire, I can have it. That organization that I want to operate, I can have it. That healed version of me that I desire, that is not triggered by negativity, I can have it. All right? I can have it. The me that love myself and respect myself so much, I can have it. That's how I want you to think, okay? Yes. Yes. The healed version of me that does not discount myself based on where I've been and what I've done, you can have it. You can absolutely have it. I don't want to preach. I don't want to preach. It's Thursday, by the way, and we do have Bible study tonight. But I don't want to preach. But that is true. Nothing is impossible for you. You want to heal? You can heal. You want to build? And we're going to talk further about the builder's mindset this morning. All right, but here are your need to knows. For those of you who are new here, 2026, our theme is executive living. We're going to manage our lives with strategy. We're going to grow it with vision, and we're going to scale it with faith. If you're not good at planning, not good at strategizing, I've mapped out all 4 quarters of next year for you. You can grab your copy of the blueprint. For those of you who messaged me yesterday, I did send the instructions over. You can grab a copy of this, see what we're going to be working on for 2026. There's also a community that will be connected to this, so we can work through these strategies as a community. So that community will be open the last week of December. All right. So the executive suite will be unlocked the last week of December, so you can get in and see all the assignments that you have to complete for first quarter. Okay, so message me the word blueprint if you want a copy of this. All right. Next thing, we're working our way through 21 days mindset reset challenge. For those of you, again, who messaged me about the books, I sent you the instructions to get your copies. So these are the materials that we're using: the Global Bedroom Move and the Dreamer's Journal. So if you want to follow along with us, we're only on day 9. If you want to follow along with us, just message me the word books. Now, starting January 1, first day of the year, the first 14 days of the year, we're going to be fasting. And we're going to use Power to Break Cycles. This is a fasting guide. So if you've never fasted before, you don't understand what a focused fast is, this guide is going to break it down for you. All right. So it's Power to Break Cycles. Fasting for my new what? New financial status, new relationships, new level of healing, right? So fasting for my new, whatever your new is. So we're going to fast the very first 14 days of the year. And that is such a powerful move, sacrificing on the first few days of the year. Such a powerful move. It sets you up for a successful year. And even if things come up, which they will, you'll be better prepared to handle them based on how you started the year out. Okay? So we're fasting the first 14 days of 2026, and this is the guide that we're going to use. If you want copies of these books, just message me the word books, and I'll send you the instruction over so that you can get your copies. Okay? Next thing, the Christmas initiative. Those of you who messaged me yesterday about it, please, let's follow up. Let's follow through the steps. Let's follow through the steps. So my ministry is doing a Christmas initiative for those who are in need of assistance for this Christmas season. If you have children 0 to 13 years old, or if there is a more mature individual in the household that is 65 years or older, please message me the word Christmas if you are in need of assistance, okay? Message me the word Christmas. I'm going to send you over a nomination form for you to nominate whether your family or someone else that you know that is in need of assistance in this Christmas season. You got to follow all the steps though. Don't just message me the word Christmas and then that's it, because that does not automatically get you in. You got to fill out that nomination form. Okay, there's steps to it. So you fill out that nomination form, whether for your family or somebody that you know that is in need of some assistance for this Christmas season. Okay, so again, if you're in need, you have children ages 0 to 13 years old, or 65 years and older that needs assistance, a more mature individual that needs some assistance for this Christmas season, please message me the word Christmas and let's follow through all the steps. If you don't follow through, you cannot expect to get the assistance, okay? All right, because we had this for Thanksgiving. There were individuals that messaged me the word Thanksgiving, but they did not follow through, so they weren't considered for the relief, okay? So if you're going to message me the word Christmas, make sure that you follow through all the steps, okay? All right, now for those of you who've been connected with me for some time now, we're going to do the year in review, but this time it's not going to be me talking, it's going to be you talking. So I'm asking if you would send me a video, 30 to 60 seconds, telling me about your year in review, really being connected to this community or connected to me. All right, so 30 to 60 seconds. It doesn't have to be long. Your year in review, maybe one thing that you want to highlight about your year being connected to this community. All right. So message me if you have any questions about that. Yes, Aaron. So usually I do a year in review at the end of the month, but this year I decided I've been talking all year. You're working on yours. Okay, great. I'm clearing my throat for my video. Okay. So usually I do a year in review, but I don't want to be the one talking as I'm always talking on here. I want to hear from you all, your year in review, being connected to this community, being connected to me, and whichever thing you want to pick and highlight, or if there are multiple things that you want to send in my voice memo. You don't want to do a video? Do a video. I want to see your face. All right, so just send it over to me, your year in review. Send it to me, okay? All right, awesome. What else? For those of you who want to work with me, you want to learn my system that I use to build up the life of success that I live right now, considering that I dropped out of the 7th grade, dropped out of the 8th grade. Now I am a well-studied woman, right? I went from making $10.50 an hour to now having 7 streams of income. I want to teach you how to use my system to totally rebrand your life, right? Change your story by accomplishing your life goal. So if you are the one that needs some assistance with rebranding, totally rebranding your life, changing your story, right? From here to here. You want to change your story. You need my strategy, the strategy that I use to totally rebrand my life. You're going to message me the word mentor. Okay? You're going to message me the word mentor so I can help you to get enrolled in the Action Accelerator, which is my mentorship program. If you have any questions at all, send me a message. All right? Awesome. Let's get into our read for today. Let's do that. Let's get into our read for today. We're on day 9 of our Mindset Reset Challenge. And again, we're preparing for 2026 being the year of executive living, and we are working on embodying that executive mindset before we get there. All right, so that is the total focus of this 21 days mindset reset challenge. Because as the executive, we want to make healthy decisions, whether in finances, in friendships, right? Career choices, business choices. We want to operate our lives like a Fortune 500 company, and we are the executive making those decisions. All right. So we're on day 9. And today, our topic or our focus is the mental menu. The mental menu. We all have one. The mental menu. We all have one. So it's time to look it over, right? And we started out talking about dieting. So the mental menu. Good morning. Good morning. The mental menu. Yes, the mental menu. So we are on page 24 and page 25 today, right? So page 24 and page 25. That's what we're going to read. And we're going to start right here. All right. For those of you who have the book, we know that quick mom glance. Yes, you know she's coming close. So if you don't have the book, you're going to message me the word books. Okay, but we're on page 24 and 25 today. And the mental menu. So your achievement on the wall. Most of them, what's your name? Law Dog Tactical. Okay, that's an interesting tag. Yes, that's most of them. All right, so let's read. So the mental menu is the focus for today. So here's what it says. Again, we're starting right here for those of you who have the book on page 24. So the nourishment for a builder's mindset is the content that you consume on a regular basis. What TV shows you watch, what books you read, what podcasts you listen to, what social media content you observe consistently or constantly, right? What's his name? Oh my goodness. His face is in my mind. Oh my God, what's his name? Jesus. He's one of my favorite authors too. And one of my favorite speakers that I talk about all the time. It's not Brian Tracy. Oh my God, what's his name? His book is up here. Oh my God, I just had a blank. Not Miles Monroe. I have a lot of his books too. Like this whole second shelf. Miles Monroe. Jesus. Why can't think of his name? The guy that wrote 12 Pillars, not Covey, 12 Pillars of Success. 12 Pillars of Success. 12 Pillars of Success. The author. The author of 12 Pillars of Success. His face is on my mind and I can't think of it. Oh my God. Jim Rohn. Oh my God. Why was that so hard? Jim Rohn says, you can tell where a person is going based on what he has in his library. Yes. I just went for a blank. Like I could see his face. I could see him talking. But I could not pull on his name. That's crazy. Widener, no. Jim Rohn. He says that you can tell where a person is going. No, not Dale. I love Dale's story. Like his life story is one of my goals. I love his life story. Dale Carnegie. Good morning, Keisha. So Jim Rohn said you could tell where a person is going based on what they have in their library. Okay? It's just playing Jim Rohn this morning. Yeah, I listen to him all the time, right? All the time. And his principles that he teach, they're so simple but yet so profound, right? So he says that you could tell where a person is going based on what they have in their library, right? So again, your mental menu is what TV shows that you watch. Thank you. What TV shows that you watch, what books you read, what podcasts you listen to, what social media content you observe constantly. Now, believe it or not, these forums have a major impact on the results you see in your life right now. So whatever your mental menu have been for all your years past, Chris Widener, maybe they wrote a book with, because a lot of authors, they tend to have the same type of topic, but I don't know Widener. Never heard of that person. I'll look them up though. But believe it or not, the forums that you have been consuming or watching, they have a major impact on the results that you have in your life right now. So whatever results that you're getting right now, it's based on what you constantly consume. Okay? Also, the results you will see if you do not change what needs to be changed. Okay? So these forums have set the foundation to what you have or have not built. Yep. What you have built and what you have not built. So these forms are the foundation of that. All right. So you got to evaluate your mindset menu. What thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors are you feeding? Which of them are you feeding? All right. Which of them are you feeding? Because if you're thinking negative, aggressive thoughts and you're watching, oh my God, what's the name of this? Bad Girls? I don't watch it. But is that what it's called, Sakina? Bad Girls? Is that what it's called? Some reality show. Really? That's not appropriate. You can't do that, okay? That's what it's called? You can't do that, okay? See, I'm even saying the wrong name. Bad Girls Club. Yeah, you can't do that, okay? Because the crazy thing is, you don't know how much it's influencing you until one day you do something and you're like, oh my God, that's what they did on that show. It's influencing you, right? The more you consume it, yes, Kardashians, yeah. Yes, you mimic their behavior. You do. But here's the thing, it also works on the positive side. So before I started doing live streams, right? I knew that I wanted to improve my communication skills. So it worked both ways, positive and the negative. Before I started live streaming, I knew that I needed to work on my communication skills. You know what I did? I was watching Don Lemon every day. I love the way that he speaks, right? I was always watching CNN and not watching CNN for the news or the interruption that is going on. I was watching for the presentation, the way that they spoke, the questions that they asked. I watched CNN so much before I started live streaming. So all of this that you see is because of what I consume. Okay, this is not just getting up and turning on the camera. Because I told y'all, like when God told me get on this live stream, I made every excuse in the book. I don't look the part. I don't sound the part. But then I had to do something. I watched CNN so much. Even if I wasn't paying attention to the show, it would be playing in the background because I needed to learn how they articulate their words, the questions that they ask, how they rebuttal when someone says something, right? I was watching that all the time. So your mental menu, it works both on the good side and the bad side. So you got to pay attention to what you're consuming. All right. You got to pay attention to that. All right. For those of you who are just coming in, we're on page 24 of the Bold Moves, not the Bold Moves Manual, the Global Bedroom Move. All right. So we're on page 24. All right. So where we are. So these are the things that will grow. Whatever you feed, that is what will grow. Do the same, look at it as research. Yeah. And that's absolutely what it is. And now with social media being just so readily available, you do research. When I scroll on social media, it's not just to waste time. I'm researching healthy habits, speaking, how to speak better. Because even though I speak the way that I do, there's some things that I need to work on, right? So you always want to check your mental menu. What are you consuming? How is it helping you to become better? All right. So always check your mental menu. All right. So you should weed out or remove all unwanted items. The ones that are negatively affecting your building abilities. Because again, it is. You'll say, oh, I'm just sitting down and watching. I'm just watching. That's it. Oh, I just like this. I like how. No, it's influencing you. It is influencing you. I miss your life so much. You can always catch the replay on my YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I'm the productivity coach on YouTube. All right, Keisha? You can always catch the replay there. All right? But I'm happy that you're here. All right, so you have to weed out and remove the unwanted items, the ones that are negatively impacting your building abilities. All right, weeding out all non progressive thoughts and behaviors that's connected to what it is that you're consuming. Okay, adjusting the internal dialogue to a more positive one. So if you find that, oh, you're consuming these things and then you're like questioning yourself because of what you're consuming, you got to shift that. Shift that internal dialogue that is negative. Shift that. All right. Now, one major thing to consider as you do that, and it may shock you, the voice in your head may not be yours. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, how is that even possible? It's absolutely possible. The voice in your head, that negative voice, it may not be yours. It may not be yours. In more cases than not, the negative voice you hear is someone who spoke to you in the past that stuck with you. Yep. Somebody said something to you. And again, words are seeds. We talked about this in Bible study. Words are seeds. Somebody said something to you and their voice stuck with you. And because you've been hearing that voice in your head for such a long period of time, you take on that identity like, oh, that's my voice telling me that I'm not good enough, telling me that I can't do this, telling me that I can't do that. My background disqualifies me. No, it may not be your intentionally viewed in moderation for entertainment only. Yes, Aaron. So you got to really pay attention because again, it could not be your, there's a probability that it's not your voice, but somebody that said something negative to you. All right. And sometimes it's not even what they said, but their actions. I can remember, I'll share part of my story. After I had my first son, I believe it was after I had my first son, and I went to visit a teacher of mine after that, and she didn't have to say anything to me, just her action towards me said something, and I carried that for a very long time. For those of you who don't know, I was a teen mom, right? And this was my favorite teacher, like absolutely favorite teacher. I love everything about how she carried herself. And I think that was one of the reasons why I went to go see her. She was my 6th grade teacher, right? And just the way that her body language towards me, I was like, oh, she's highly disappointed and she wants nothing to do with me. And I carried that for a very long time. A very long time. So it doesn't even have to be what somebody said to you, but just their action towards you. And then that triggers the voice in your head and you carry that for years, limiting yourself, not trying new things, not trying to overcome whatever obstacle that you went through because of that one interaction with the person. So you got to be very careful, right? You got to be very careful. And even if you've been carrying it for a very long time, now you're in this space, you're getting this information, you're getting this new revelation that you can shut that down. You know what? That's in the past. I'm this person now. I can go to another level. I can accomplish more, right? There's no limitations on me. Let's correct it today. We're not bringing it into the new year. Okay? Those words that they spoke that were negative, the way that they treat you, because again, sometimes the action of people can speak so loud. It would have been easier if they had said something and it would just go through one ear and come out the other. But their action, the way they treat you, can be more detrimental than if they had said a negative word to you. Yes, yes, Aaron. Don't expose yourself to their negativity. All right. So again, sometimes the voice that you hear in your head, it's not yours. It's somebody that said something to you, or again acted towards you in a negative way, and it's stuck with you. It is important that you identify whose voice it is that you're hearing. Then replace it with your voice. Your voice that says, I can do this, I can build this, I can become this, I can go there, I can write it, I can launch it. All right? I can recover from it, I can heal. So you're going to replace it with your voice and speak to the you that can then become the future you that you're envisioning. Okay? So you're going to speak to yourself. No, I can become it. I know I made some mistakes. I didn't do the right thing. I got connected to the wrong people. I know my background is not as fancy as some others, but I can become. I can do. I can build. I can change, because for some your situation is current. It's not even in the past. It's current. But you know you want more, so you got to talk to you and say, "Hey, I can change. I can do better. Yes, I will become." Right? For those of you who your circumstance is a current situation that you're facing right now, you know what? I can become. So you're going to replace that negative voice with your positive voice. I can become, I can do, I can get better, I can do better. All right? Replace it with your voice. The one that speaks success, progression, and positivity. Okay? Being intentional about hearing and listening to power thoughts, not victimhood. And this is so easy to get caught up in because of the pain that we're still carrying. You will hear someone's story and you just connect to it because this is your pain as well. You're both having the same pain. And that's something that I'm learning how to handle in this season. Like, yes, we have the same issue that we face, but I don't want to be in a space where I'm perpetuating the pain because we have the same, trauma bonding. I don't want to do that because I don't want to go backwards. So if we're going to connect, even though we have the same issue, we're talking about how to be better and how to go further. Good morning, Miss Arena. Yeah, we're not connecting over the trauma that we experience. We're going to connect over, yes, Keisha, the elevation, where we want to go from here, the healing that we have to do. I don't want to connect because we have the same problem. No, I don't want to do that. So I'm learning how to sympathize with, because maybe the person's issue is more recent than mine, right? So I'm learning how to sympathize, but on the same note, I can't afford to go backwards. I can't. So if we're connecting, we're going to connect over healing and becoming better and getting to our next level. Even though we have the same trauma, right? Yes, show empathy, but still, we're not going to sit down and replay. Nope. We're not going to replay. We're not going to do that. Let's focus on, okay, how do we get to the next level? Okay? I sympathize with your pain, but for me, I cannot afford to go backwards. I can't. I cannot afford to stay in that victimhood. Oh, they did this, they did that, they said that. No. Okay, how can we get better? Are we working on rebranding? Are we working on education? Are we working on finances? Right? That's where I want to be. Yeah. I know we have the same issue that we face, but are we working on our physical health? Right? Are we exploring some new fashion options? That's where I want to be. Okay? Are we talking about, okay, what's the next credential that we want to accomplish together? We can do that all day. But no, we're not going to sit down and talk about the trauma. No. I like sharing my story. I do. But I share it from a victor's perspective, right? I'm going to share that I overcame that. And I did this to heal. I'm going to share that. But we're not going to sit down and replay he did, they did, she did. We're not going to do that. Not for me. So do not get caught up in victimhood or connecting because of your trauma. We can heal together. We can absolutely do that, but we're not going to get stuck in victimhood. So I know it is real easy to connect and be like, oh my God, you experienced that too? Now, what next? What's next? Are we working on our weight loss together? Are we working on our education together? Hey, here's this finance book that I read on such and such a thing. How about we try that? That's what I want. Okay? I sympathize with your pain. I do. But as for me, I don't want to go backwards. So I have to be very careful of my mental menu, what I'm consuming, what I'm listening to, what I'm participating in. I have to be, and I'm not trying to act like I'm better than you or none of that. I sympathize with where you're at. But how about we focus on moving forward? Healing, because the longer we stay stuck there, we're going to miss opportunities because we did not choose to heal and get out of that place of victimhood. We're going to miss the next connection, staying there bitter. Okay? And I don't want to do that, right? Time is going by so fast. Like we were just saying, Happy New Year. We have 2 weeks left in December. Imagine spending all year connecting over the same trauma and no progress has been made because the time went by so fast and you didn't even notice. You can't do that. Okay? So we sympathize, but we don't want to get stuck in victimhood. Okay? Can't see the door open, standing there with blinders on. Yep. So you got to be intentional about hearing and listening to power thoughts and not victimhood, success and not failure. This will drastically impact the way you feel, the way you think, and the way you act on building out your dream life, your dream projects, okay? I feel stuck with who doesn't give me the value that I have. I have to beg her to spend. I'm not a relationship coach, but here's what I'll say, and it works for any relationship, right? Business, ministry, friendships. If you don't feel valued, you got to make a decision. Do I stay being devalued or do I walk away? Do I stay or do I walk away? Because the longer you stay being devalued is the longer it's going to take for you to find somebody who values you. Okay? And I know that it's deeper than that because sometimes it's the fear of being alone, which is such. And again, I'm not a relationship coach. I try not to talk on relationships, right? I try not to do that. I teach personal development because I believe that if you develop yourself, if you work on you, then you will understand how to discern right relationships, right? If you work on you and really value yourself, you will discern what relationships you deserve, okay? So the longer you stay hanging out, hoping that the person will someday discover your value and want to, and you don't have to force them, is the longer it's going to take for you to connect with somebody who from the get-go they recognize your value, they recognize that they want to connect to you, they want to grow with you. All right, that is possible, but the fear of missing out or the fear of being alone is so detrimental. There's so many people that settle for mediocrity because they're afraid of being alone. They're afraid of missing out on something or missing, and I can say this because I've been there, missing out on when the person decides to change. But that means you're going to waste whatever amount of years you're waiting on the person to change. And again, I don't like to get into relationship stuff because everybody's story is different, but I want you to understand if you're in that space of saying, oh, I'm afraid that they're going to change and then I'm not going to be around. No, because that means you're going to waste all of these years waiting on them to change. When they do change, they're going to recognize that you are of value to them. All right? So I'm not telling you to walk away. You got to make that decision on your own. but get to love you more. And I think when you focus on loving you more, you won't settle for certain things. Okay? You won't. And that's all I'm going to say on that, because again, I don't like to that's just something that I try to stay out of. I've had my own failed situations, so my focus is on loving me so that I don't settle for mediocrity or basic, right? So my focus is on loving me. Had to learn the hard way. I'm free now, 5 years. I love me. Yeah, you gotta love you, because just sitting around waiting and hoping that one day, and here's something profound that I learned, and I'll share this with you. You know, I said that I don't want to talk on relationship. There's something profound that I learned, and I'm always learning. That's why I read so much, right? You sitting around and waiting, saying, oh, they have potential. They have the potential to, hold on, let me do TikTok's puzzle. Oh, hold on, let me do it because I got it wrong. Good. All right. So here's something profound that I learned, right? You saying, oh, they got the potential to be such a good partner. They have the potential, but what I've learned is that that potential is not reality. It's not. It's what you would do if you were in their space. So can you make a future decision or put your life on hold for what you would do, but they're not you, right? So the potential is not real. They have the potential to be such a great partner. We could do such amazing things together, but they're not you. They don't have the same drive. They don't have the same values as you do. So you're just sitting around 5 years. And again, I can speak on it because I have done it. But that's why I educate myself and I try to learn as much as possible, because I don't know it all. And the way that I was raised, I didn't get a lot of teaching on relationships. So I have to continue to educate myself. All right. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I just wasn't raised with the information, right? I wasn't raised with it. So I'm at the point where I have to make sure that I learn about relationships and learn to love me so that I don't settle for mediocrity. All right. But again, the potential that you see in them is not real. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to make the sacrifice. Your values are not the same. I'm not telling anybody to leave their person. I'm not. But you got to consider, do you have the time to waste to sit around and hope that one day they'll just wake up and change? I don't. I'm going to be 40 in a few weeks. I don't have the change. The time to sit around and wait for hopefully one day they'll wake up and change. I don't have the time. I'm going to, yes. Time is precious. So you got to make a decision, my friend, whether you are going to wait around on this person to finally recognize your value, or you're just going to walk away and love on you so much that somebody will see the way that you love you and really value you. Okay? Not telling you to leave, but you got to make some personal decision. All right? I missed so many comments here. My focus of loving you. Yes. Yeah, so continue to learn. Yes, my value absolutely priceless. I would miss her. And I understand that. But and be heartbroken. But sometimes you got to think about it. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Let me hold my tongue. That's your fear. Jesus. I want to hold my tongue. I try not to get involved in people's relationship. But what are you going to miss about them? What are you going to miss about them? They don't show up. They don't do anything to add value to your life. They don't recognize your value. What are you going to miss about them? Just their pretty face or their smile? right? Is that what you're going to miss? They don't show up. They don't add no value to your life. If you're in an emergency, you can't call on them. You can't depend on them because you don't know if they're going to come. Miss. Just knowing that you're connected to them. Is that the part that you're going to miss? Just knowing that you're connected to them or you have access to them? Is that enough? Is that enough for you? Is that enough for you? And I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at me because I don't want to talk about. I try not to give relationship advice. I try not to. But I am learning. All right? I'm learning. You got to evaluate, my friend, and see. I'm learning this the hard way. I think sometimes we all have to learn some hard lessons. We all have to learn some hard lessons. And another thing that I've learned is that sometimes people come in your life to teach you how to love you. And that is one of the most painful lessons that you have to learn. They come in your life and they treat you crazy. But if you pull back and take a look at the overall situation, I would not have connected to them if I really loved myself the way that I was supposed to love myself. It's a hard lesson to learn because now you got your emotions all tangled into it. It's a very hard lesson to learn. But if you can learn that, your choices will be different. Okay? All right? But sometimes people come in your life to teach you how to love you. So instead of mourning the loss of them, celebrate the fact that you learned how to love you. You learned how to be by yourself and be the happiest you that you could ever be. Right? You learned how to invest in you more than you ever had in your life. Okay, let's fill this thing out because I'm way over my time. But I hope that helped somebody. I'm not a relationship coach. I have made my fair share of mistakes. But what I do is I make sure that I invest in learning relationships. I make sure I invest in learning how to handle them, how to cultivate them, how to know when to walk away and when to run, right? I make sure that I invest in learning these things. I told y'all that after my divorce, I invested in getting a mentor, a coach and a mentor to help me heal and help me find myself again. All right? Had a few people go this year. Sometimes you have to, right? Sometimes you have to. There are girls that seem to me that they would value me more, but my heart is stubborn with that girl. You probably need deliverance because you connected yourself in a soul tie situation. And this is going a whole nother way, but soul ties are real. And I don't know if you believe in deliverance. I believe in it. I absolutely believe in it. Soul ties are real. So find somebody who can walk you through deliverance, okay, my friend? Jesus, I'm gonna stop now. All right. RC Blake's, yes, I love his content. I absolutely love his content. RC Blake, sit down and watch. He has YouTube, he has Facebook, he's everywhere. I think he has some books too. But RC Blake's very good. Very good, my friend. So you might want to consume some of his content. Okay. And also, again, explore deliverance because it could be a soul tie situation. And that thing is dangerous. Yeah. Over here talking to your live like you can hear me. All right. Let's work through. Let's fill this out because I've got to go. But this is why I don't go to relationship. I don't go down the relationship path because there's just so much to it. Right? It's so much to relationship, right? So much to it. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm a single woman, right? If we're connecting, no, you're not going to hear from me. You're never going to hear me ask, oh, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What places do you like to go? No. What's your emotional intelligence like? How do you handle stress? right? These are questions that I'm learning to ask now in my close to 40 years. I don't want to know your favorite color. I'll learn that down the line. I don't want to learn your favorite food. No. What are your financial values that you hold, right? Getting passionate, but no. I'm single, but should I meet someone today? I'm never going to ask, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? No, I'm not 16. I'm grown. What's your emotional intelligence like? What are your personal development habits that you have, right? What are your financial principles, right? These are things that I want to know, right? Because you can make the decision right then and there if you ask the right question. I won't even waste my time because we are not going in the same direction. Can be friends, but we're not going in the same direction. Okay? So, if all you've been doing, my friend, is asking favorite color, favorite food, oh, let me get her favorite this and no. Let's figure out their mindset. Let's figure out how they think. Let's figure out how they're going to respond when something crazy happens. Yes, Carrie, absolutely. After divorce, you got to learn these things. You have to. All right? And this guy that's on here, I think his name is Roman. He comes on every Wednesday night on TikTok. I think his name is Roman. He has the Healing School. You can Google him. He gives great information as well. Really great information. And he tells you, get those questions, ask them up front, ask them on the spot so the person doesn't have time to do the presentation. Oh, they know what you're going to ask. So they do the presentation for a few months and then after a while they just pop out their real self. Ask them on the spot. So I don't have time to come and ask you about your favorite color. I'm not asking all that. Let's get this done. Let's fill out the journal because I'm way over my time. I gotta go. So the big goal, yeah, the representative thing, that's why you gotta ask the hard questions up front, okay? Ask the hard questions up front because you will get the representative if you, what we say in Jamaica, dilly-dally. So they get like a sneak peek so they know how to prepare the presenter to you. Anyways, let's fill out the journal because I'm way over my time. So the first spot is going to be the big overall dream is to become an effective executive over my life. An effective executive. So you're going to write that there. Then the goals for today. All right. The goals for today. So you're going to write out your current mental menu. What are you consuming? What are you spending the most time watching or listening to? Decide what goes, what stays, and what new thing to add. Okay. So you're going to write out your mental menu today. What does it currently look like? What are you consuming throughout the day? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Right? And also assess to see if the voice that you're hearing is that of yours or somebody from your past that spoke something negative over you. All right. So write out your current mental menu, decide what goes, what stays, and what new thing you need to add. Okay. Are there financial podcasts included in that? Emotional management videos, are they included in that? Relationship reading, since we touched on the relationship part, is that included in your mental menu? So you're going to write out the current menu, assess it, see what goes, what stays, what you need to add, okay? And the mindset mantra for today, way over my time. The mindset mantra for today is, my well-balanced mental diet is transforming my reality. My well-balanced mental diet is transforming my reality. What date did we start with the journal? So we started December 1st. We started on December 1st. Okay? So the mindset mantra for today, my well-balanced mental diet is transforming my reality. Okay, so whatever I consume, that is what's going to create my reality. So you have a choice what you're going to consume to make sure that your reality aligns with that. All right, let's make some decrees and I gotta go. I'm so far over my time today, but it's been good. I hope that y'all learned something. I try not to talk about relationships because it can go left really fast. Okay. It can go left really fast, and my principles are not always that of somebody else, but life has taught me some hard lessons. Life has taught me some hard lessons. Thanks, still catching up. Okay, great, great, great. All right, let's make some decrees really quickly, and then I've got to go. Thank y'all so much for sticking around. All of you stayed. I appreciate you all so much for staying. Thank you for your advice. You're very welcome. You're welcome. All right, thank y'all for sticking around. All right, let's make some decrees, and then I've got to go. I'm going to decree for all of us, and you're going to type in the comments, I agree with that. All right, so here we go. I decree that the Lord is blessing us and keeping us in all our ways. I decree that his face and his favor is shining upon us and giving us peace. I decree that we're healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I decree that we're well balanced in every area of our lives. I decree that we're blessed coming and going. I decree that our storehouse, our savings, our checking, our investment accounts are blessed with abundance and overflow. I decree that we're blessed with clear direction and a disciplined life. I decree that the rain of abundance, favor, and goodness is falling on us. I decree that we're blessed with success, with prosperity, and provision. I decree that we walk today in faith and expectancy with results. I decree we are empowered to prosper in our walk with the Lord. I decree that God's grace is giving us speed and acceleration in all that we do. I decree things of great value is coming our way today. I decree that the Lord is amplifying our voices and perfecting our gifts. I decree that God is connecting us to great men and giving us strategic kingdom opportunities. I decree that we are victorious in life, and that is how we program a productive and a successful day. So now our mindset and our intentions are set for today. Remember, you're going to write out your mental diet or your mental menu. What are you consuming? Do you want to keep it the same, or what changes need to be made? What do you need to add into it? Because whatever you're consuming is creating your reality. So you want to be very intentional with that. So create that today, day 9. Tomorrow will be on day 10. We do have Bible study tonight, so I'll see you all tonight at 7 p.m. over on my ministry page. If you're not connected, yes, Bible study tonight, 7 p.m. If you're not connected to my ministry page, message me and I will tell you how to get there. World Changers is the name of the page. Okay, so I'll be on there 7 p.m. tonight. Love your consistency on here daily. Stay blessed. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. Yeah, we did a 365 live stream last year into this year. We live streamed for 365 days. That was a great accomplishment. But thank you, Richard. All right, so I will see you all tonight, 7 p.m. Have a great day. Blues up. Just hit the follow button and get connected, okay? All right, have an amazing day. Thank you all so much for your time and for sticking around. The numbers remain consistent. Thank you all so much. Have a great day, and I will see you all, some of you tonight, those who will join me at 7 p.m.